Okay, Dean, that was a really tough ride today, wasn't it?
I would put that one as probably my most epic days on the bike. I think it was 217k with 3 massive mountains, and 7 hours later I was crossing the finish line. And I'm not someone that would normally finish and get emotional, but it was pretty emotional by the time I got to the
You
finish.
said afterwards that was the furthest you've ridden time-wise in a race.
Yeah, I can't remember any races being over 7 hours, so to sort of move into the 6th hour I was starting to get a little bit tired, and then when I hit 7 I was like, oh, I think this is a new record. So I probably wasn't thinking straight, and I can't remember every race I've done, but yeah, that's definitely one of the hardest races I've done.
I guess coming into this race though, everybody was talking about the Tourmalet, and but there was another sting in the tail, wasn't there? Were you expecting that one?
The Tourmalet was ridiculously hard, like it's meant to be, but then the Soler was after it, and then finally Spandelles or something, which was an unknown climb to everyone, and we sort of turned off the main road and into a little driveway, it felt like, and it just went vertical pretty much, and it stayed like that for about 10k, and to think, oh yeah, I've only got 35k to go, but we had to get over that first. It was just a nightmare, and it was one of the, I will remember every little stone on the road because we're going so slow. But yeah, that climb really it almost ended me, but it was such a nice feeling. Yeah, it was such a good feeling to finish, but then pretty much straight away you get notified that I missed time cut by 2 minutes. It was such a sort of like, I was just overwhelmed that I finally finished that long day after being clicked in for 7 hours and going over all the climbs, and then get told you can't start tomorrow. I wasn't really thinking about tomorrow, so it wasn't the real issue. I was more looking to sit down and have a recovery drink, but now I probably can't start tomorrow. It's sort of set in to think you've done 7 hours of hard work and you can't get a go at the final stage. But that's cycling, and I have to be fitter, and days like today, I should be able to put that under my belt and make sure next time that I should be able to go 20 minutes faster and be in a better group on the road.
Are you saying that you did this whole 7 hours without clipping out? Because normally you get a comfort break and then you manage to get off the bike, and
Yeah, I from the word go, the race was on. There was a group go off the road, and the race wasn't controlled at all. It was sort of attack, and then you hit the Tourmalet and it was flat out, and then you descend flat out, and it was just one of those days that there was never any time for a respite. And normally, on the long days, the 6 hour days or the 5 hour days when you got the 200k stage, there's a good bit of respite when the brake goes and the bunch slows down to control the race. But today it just didn't happen. So I was only thinking that on the way back. I was like, when did I actually get a rest? But the rest was going 70k an hour down hills into hairpins, so I was taking that pretty casually, actually. Like, I didn't want to take too many risks on the descent, but a few times I was overshooting corners and that, just trying to take that little bit extra recovery. But it's one of those days that the organisers put in the race, and I thought, oh, it's going to be tough, but it's nice to finish, and you look back on it a few years time, oh yeah, that was a good race. See the results just to know how hard it was, as an indication from how many riders pulled out. So I know that there wasn't. I know I was last on the road with a friend that you become pretty close to. Like, I don't even know his name, but we're sort of like, we're fighting the battle together. So we were just out there, and I know there was plenty of people sitting back in the bus, and I wish I had their seat actually, but when you cross the finish line, it's all worth it.